Hey guys, another quick video here for you. The last couple I showed was how Shanahan and Garoppolo handled the Palms 4 look that Kansas City was giving. This is in the third quarter, about halfway through the third quarter of the Kansas City game, and we were moving the ball, and Jimmy was being very efficient. He was making his reads and doing some things. We had some receivers drop balls, like seems to be the kind of lather, rinse, repeat over the first part of the season for us. But Kansas City here now, they're going to try and blitz him. They're going to try and manufacture very quick pressure to force him to make a good decision. And so what they're going to do is instead of their cover 4, they're going to come out in a fire zone and they're going to actually bring an overload blitz. They're going to bring this guy and this guy along with these two guys off the edge. What that does is now that puts 4 rushers that can only be blocked by 3 linemen. And then on this side, they're going to back him out. He's going to go into a curl flat, hook curl area. The corner's going to bail into a third. He's going to bail into a third. He's got the middle third. That's Eric Berry. And this guy's going to come down into a zone. He's going to come down into a zone. This is what we call a fire zone, where you have 3 deep and 3 underneath with a blitz underneath. And so on the other side of that, what Shanahan's going to run is we're just going to do a flood concept out here. You got Garcon's going to run deep. We motioned Trent Taylor in and then brought him back out. What that's to look for is there movement, somebody shadowing him. That's going to reveal whether it's zone or man. And because nobody shadows him, Jimmy Garoppolo is able to see, okay, it's zone. His job then is to identify what's the defender he's trying to read. And so after this, we're going to bring Kittle on a deep out, and Taylor's going to go into the flat on. He's actually kind of going to run a zig route. He's going to come in and then back out. So at this point, when Jimmy Garoppolo comes in and out, and he sees this safety floating around down here, he goes, okay, this is that hook curl flat defender. So that's the guy he's going to read. He knows right here, single safety. He's floating around in the middle or down in the box. That's the guy he's going to watch. All this other movement that happens, he doesn't have to worry about. This is the read. A lot of times you might hear it on the broadcast. They'll talk about, sorry, that was my ring hit my desk, but you'll hear broadcasters talking about if a quarterback is reading his keys. This is what's called a key read. It's a key defender. We're looking to vertically stretch an area where you have 2 defenders. You have 1 and 2. They can't cover all 3. So he's going to assume that this guy is going to run with Garcon, and so that's going to put this guy in a 1v2. He's got 1 or 2, and it's a high-low read. He's going to look first to the high and then to the low. And so let's go to the video and watch how this happens. So we see the snap. We see this overload blitz coming. Alfred Morris does a good job here. He comes over to block. Our center, he ends up kind of not really doing much out there because he's not blocking anybody. And so it ends up giving a free rusher. So bad on you, Richburg. But Jimmy, as he's here, he doesn't want to give this play away to a safety to be able to track over there. So he's keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. But really, I guarantee you he's reading this guy right here. And once he sees this guy commit, he knows this guy's got his back turned. He's going to run with Garcon. He says, all I got to do is float this ball out here so that Kittle can make a catch. Boom, he drops that. I mean, that is a beautiful throw. Drops it right in the bucket. What's impressive here is that he's able to do this with a defender running full speed at him the entire time. Again, paid $9.5 million for a center, and he lets a guy go flying by and hit your quarterback. That's not fun. But not every quarterback can do this. This is something that he's able to see, identify the defense, identify who he's looking at, and process what this guy is doing. When he sees him flat-footed and right there take that step, he says, this guy's attacking underneath. I'm going to throw it over the top. Let's watch this in real time so you can just see how quickly Jimmy processes things. And that is a beautiful throw. I mean, not many quarterbacks can be throwing off their back foot like that with a defender coming down. He knows he's going to be hit and just drop a perfect throw. That is the kind of stuff that when you see Jimmy Garoppolo play, it's just different. It's different than what it was when Mullins played. Mullins did well. There's nothing to take away from Mullins. But Jimmy is just a different quarterback. He is a different guy that can make plays and do things that not every quarterback can. These are special type of plays. And this also will frustrate a defense because at this point now, what do? You have had a free rusher at this quarterback, and they just gained 18 yards. That's the sort of thing that starts making defenses really get frustrated, and defensive coordinators kind of lose what can we do to even stop this guy.